Yo, what's up, guys? It's Red here. I know it's been a while, so I'm not gonna really make any excuses. This video is kind of a bunch of rambling nonsense. This video will probably be uploaded in the morning, like right around 12 to 1 o'clock in the morning the next day. But really, I'm recording this at like 11:30 because I, for some reason, feel the need to talk about dating all of a sudden. The reason why I'm probably talking about this is because it's late, and because I haven't really uploaded anything on this channel in probably like I want to say a few months. Probably I haven't even checked. I don't even know when my last upload date was. So I think not a few videos, but I said a while back something along the lines of, and also if you hear that in the background, that's my AC. It shouldn't be overpowering my voice considering how loud I talk. But if you're wondering what the noise is, that's my AC because it's hot and I live in Georgia. So get off my back, please. Thank you. Anywho, so I want to say in the past I've mentioned things along the lines of that some people might need to get accustomed to the idea of being single. Like that maybe you won't. Because I think I mentioned it before in my own thought process. I kind of ran the gears in my head and came to the conclusion there's a high chance that I will be just single. Like I won't find anyone, right? And it's important to come to peace with that. But you shouldn't use that as an excuse not to try. So I think over the last few months I've been making more of an active effort to actually meet people and have those conversations and give it like the old college try. And I just kind of want to talk about my experiences, and hey, you might get some inner history of some of the stories I haven't told you involving that. So stick around, we'll see where this goes, because I don't know. My feet hurt because I've been already talking to myself for a good like 30 minutes before this video started. So we'll see what happens. So just to put it out there, I think I've mentioned it, but if not, I think I've only used 3 dating sites in total so far. The latest one is Tinder. Before that it was OkCupid, and then in between I was using a site called Plenty of Fish. Fuck. But that site is very janky. I guess, and if you want to count a fourth one, I use like some nerd-only dating site. The Plenty of Fish and the nerd-only dating site I briefly use. Like, I wouldn't even call that dedicated use because I didn't put any real effort into either one of those. The 2 ones I put the most effort so far into is Tinder and OkCupid, and I haven't used OkCupid in a while. Tinder's been primarily the main focus. Like I said, I wanted to give it a shot, but see, like, ironically enough, even though I'm not like what I would consider old, because I'm still in my 20s, I have like this huge as fuck disconnect with like how you currently meet people. Now, granted, most of the girls I have talked to have been girls in the area, so like the online dating scene never really came up. I've already been on like a couple of dates through Tinder, and most of them were fine. I just didn't click with the individual. Like the girls themselves were fine, in terms of like I feel like there needs to be some notions dispelled. I have a coworker who gets on my nerves because half the reason why he tells me he doesn't date women is because they're financially too much of a pain. And I'm like, yo, this is not the 1940s. Like, there are independent women who will pay their own way. One of the girls initially I liked a lot purely just because she was very open-minded. She's very discussion-oriented. And she was very independent. I appreciate all those qualities in a woman. Fucking love that shit. Women keep doing that shit. Because I feel like there's not enough of those type of girls. But the only reason why we didn't click. That's realistically what it was. Like, I don't know, I just wasn't into her. But, like I said, I wanted to give it like a legit try. So I'm doing it. One thing I've learned just messing around on Tinder, because like I'm not a dude who's looking to fuck. Like, I just wanted to be stated. Like, when I put my profile is like I'm looking for a girlfriend, like a significant other, not a friends with benefit. I mean, that's what you want. It's cool. As long as you say it in the description, I'm totally cool with it. The one thing I've learned is that a lot of girls have a tendency of putting their IG and Snapchat. And I think everyone's heard the phrase by now that you can turn any site into a dating site if you know what to do. Is that how this works? Like, if I get on a site that's specifically for dating, I need to now get on your social and then, like, DM you? Because I thought, the biggest issue I always thought that came with that shit is that, like, a bunch of those kind of chicks would just get a bunch of different DMs and shit. And, like, I guess I don't know the online dating etiquette purely because don't do it. Never really, I mean, okay, Cupid, I think I got a few matches, but none of them ever led anywhere. The Tinder stuff it's automatically been better, but still, I'm the kind of guy where it's like, if we're gonna talk, just give me your number and we'll just start texting or calling depending on your preference. Like, I don't want to do this thing where I gotta DM you in the chats and shit. I mean, obviously I know that's what you had to do for Tinder, but Tinder, I think the last girl I went out with, it was like we chatted for like maybe like 5 or 6 messages, and then immediately it was like, here's my phone number, text me, and that's what we did. Because Tinder to me is like an opening. So it's jarring to open up Tinder to then go to Snapchat or IG and then DM there, and then if I get a response, go back and forth for a little while and maybe get a text, and maybe get a phone number to text them there. The other reason why I'm doing this way about it is because I still don't really like the idea of picking up chicks in bars, because I'm not a bar guy, so I feel like it's a misrepresentation to try to holler at a girl at a bar, knowing that I won't barely be in that bar. And usually if a girl goes to a bar, that's because they're the girls who like to go to bars. Like, I feel like the kind of girl I'm into is like the shy and introverted type, which, guess what? Those are the girls that are online. But side note, I want to say this because some ladies I think don't understand it. Some girls do. But some girls understand something. Listen, don't put in your fucking messages that you need to interact with me first. If you were interested in a guy, don't play the game of I gotta be interested in you for you to interact with me. You know how so many dudes and chicks people miss in their little relationship routes because they don't say nothing. And just talking about my dating history in general, like, most of the girls within the last few years I've interacted with, like, I've initiated it. Because, like, if you don't, you essentially screw yourself and you miss your chance. And that kind of gets into the issue of online dating in the first place. Why do that when you're meeting girls? Because, like, the plain places I'm meeting girls are, like, either at my job or places, like, connected to my job. Or if I happen to be in a store and fate tends to spin itself in a way that works out. A lot of that shit doesn't happen all the time, which is why I don't bank on it. I think the last 4 or 5 girls I've asked out, except for like one of them, well, actually no, the girls I've asked out have all been like work correlated in some way or form. The last girl I was interested in as a boyfriend, and I'm the kind of dude, it trips me out because I see all these fucking videos nowadays of like Instagrammers and ex-Viners and all these people who make all these comedy skits, and one of the running jokes is like side bitches or side dudes, and I'm like, is that really that common nowadays? To the point where we're like, oh, look at the humor because, you know, he's a cheating or she's a cheating piece of shit. Didn't think that was as common as apparently it is, or it could be just common in certain states more than others. I don't know. Age ranges. I don't know. I just find it weird that it's so prevalent. But yeah, like the last girl I was going to talk to had a boyfriend. And I'm usually in the thought process of, if you got a boyfriend and you are taken in the moment, I'm not going to holler at you. That's just not how I am. That does not mean, don't get it twisted, that the moment you become single, I'm not going to give you maybe some breathing space for a little bit, but I'm definitely going to try to shoot my shot. This one I didn't bother because she's been dating her boyfriend for like over 2 years. Ain't no point in bothering with that. That door was shut before it even opened. The girl before that, I've already mentioned in another video, so I'm not going to go over that one again. The girl before that, I asked out. That was an L. But to be fair, me and her are still friends, and she's not really talking to nobody, period. I think she's one of them type of chicks that's way more focused on like her career and getting herself and her money and situation right. So I respect that. And then the girl before that was also like the type of girls I'm into are very like direct about shit for the most part. I mean, there's a few exceptions. Like the girl before that, it was she knew I was interested in like a girlfriend, and she knew that's not what she wanted. And once again, I can respect that. I'm like, all right, fine. At least you told me instead of like. I'm so glad I have those experiences, because now I know that the girls that I'm into are very direct girls who tell me what they want and shit. Because nobody wants to play this stupid fucking game of, well, you didn't call me, and so I didn't think I should call you because I was mad at you. Well, if you don't call me, I don't know you're mad at me. And you'd be surprised how often that shit has happened. It's happened to me before with the story the girl I'm not mentioning because I just talked about her, I want to say like a few months ago. She was one of those examples, a girl who fucking would call you and say, oh, I didn't call you back because you didn't call me. And you're like, so you were being petty, but I didn't notice because I wasn't calling you. It's that kind of insanity. They all can't be winners. It actually trips me out how many girls I've met through work that I've asked out that just don't work out, but now we're kind of like cool as fuck. There's one girl who may I shouldn't even say this because dead ass I don't know if she watches the channel, but I'll mention it anyway. There's one girl at work who, when I first met her, she's a few years older than me. When I first met her, I lost my train of thought. Oh, when I first met her, she was a few years older than me, and I met her when I was like I was either early college or like very late high school. I don't remember specifically where in my life. But when I met her, I think like our first few weeks of working together, I was like, yo, she is cool as fuck. And then I found out super early, had a boyfriend. And I was like, no! I don't know if you guys can relate. I think everyone can. Where you had that one dude or girl that you were like super into, but like the moment you met them, you found out they were dating somebody. Not the girl I just mentioned recently. I'm talking about this girl. I've known this girl for a while now. I was like, fuck. Because like, I was like, well, if she ever breaks up, and then she left. And I was like, no. Which then ironically does translate into something else. One of my closer friends here is a teacher, and we shoot the shit because we're both in that single bachelor stage where we're kind of trying to figure out what kind of girls we want to deal with and talk with. But see, he's a teacher, so he teaches like younger elementary school kids, and so he started talking to a decent number of chicks with kids, and I always was conflicted about this because it's like, to me, talking with a chick with kids is a pretty huge thing, because if you get involved with a chick with kids, that is like default. Your commitment now isn't like just her. Your commitment also puts you in like pseudo stepfather mode. And see, obviously him being a teacher, he likes kids, so it's not a big deal. For me, I'm super conflicted about that personally. Like I thought about it for the longest time, and I think my line, because to me that's the line in the sand. Like, fucking around with girls and then fucking around with mothers are two different. Also, because mothers are usually in a completely different place in their life. The reason why it was even brought up in conversation with both of us is because there ain't that many girls who ain't already got kids. Like, the ratio ain't no fucking like 10 to 90% thing. It's almost like 50-50. It feels like in a lot of situations. So it's like, either she might or she might not. Just flip the coin and see what day of the week it is. So, but I think I told myself, it's like, if I ever want to mess with a chick with kids, I gotta have like a really strong connection out of the gate. Like, it's not gonna be like, if I fuck with you and you got a child, that means I really like you just from jump. I got it, because it don't make like I'm the kind of dude, like, I'm not the kind of dude who like believes in the idea of having kids. For all this passing on my lineage shit, because I don't care about that. But I am a firm believer in the idea that like having kids is a very serious thing and it needs to be taken seriously. and because of the drama, the potential drama that comes with dating a woman with kids, which is dealing with possible baby daddy drama and the shit it entails that, or dealing with a child who misses their father or whoever, or whichever parent is not in the picture anymore. That's a lot of stuff for me personally. So like, if like, I gotta be like 100% sure if I want to take that dive. I gotta like really like you to justify that. I'm just curious, anyone else going through the dating struggles, and maybe I can get some IG etiquette. Because I'll be real with you, I haven't bothered, like, I have an Instagram now, but it wasn't like the Instagram was primarily for that. I've just noticed while going through Tinder that a lot of girls tend to put their IG on there, like, DM me on my IG, and I'm like, how well does that work? So I don't know. I'm a little conflicted. I'll be real with you. So if anyone has any tips or tricks about proper, like, Tinder/IG etiquette, just let me know. I'm just trying to dip my toe out there, because like I said before, like, even though I've for the most part have come to terms, to peace with the idea that I may just be single, I still don't want to act like I just walked away from dating because it was too hard. Like, you still want to give it a try. So that's what we're doing. It's funny because this is like Marvel weekend. Like, I will be in the theater for like 2 days out of the next 3 days coming, because I need to watch Captain Marvel, and then I'm gonna watch Endgame. I've already seen all the other films like Thor. Well, actually, what was the other films that even came out? I think is Captain Marvel it? I'm trying to think, am I missing any other Marvel film? I think that is it, and I guess Ant-Man and the Wasp is the other film, I guess. There weren't that many like in between films, because Iron Man, I already seen Ragnarok. I already seen the Captain America. Like, there wasn't a lot of films in between that directly tied in with it. I already seen Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Most of that I've already seen. That's off topic, but you know. Alright, at this point I'm just kind of rambling. I mean, like I told you, I've already been standing up talking to myself for like 30 minutes before, and it's late, so I might just be tired. So I'm going to cut off the camera and upload this, and hope to God I don't regret making this video. I don't know about the comments. Some of you would think, oh my God, this channel's still alive? Barely. Barely. Jesus Christ. But if I give any advice, like, don't give up. Even if you may have succumbed to the idea that you will be single, that doesn't mean your foot should ever get out of the ring. It just means you're prepared either way. It's all about that preparation. Not H, but just preparation. So, yeah, keeping that in mind, I'm tired. This has been Terrell. The vlog's again for your boy Terrell. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Oh. And I'll probably tell the story of my first girlfriend next if you want to. So if this video gets to, like, I don't know, let's say 20, 30 likes, 33 likes. Then I'll tell the story of my first girlfriend in the next video. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Oh.